Hey, just welcome. Just wait for a few more moments. We've got a very tight schedule ahead for the next hour. Got a lot prepared for you guys. Hope you've got your notebooks and you've got some nice pictures of yourself. We're going to plug them into ChatGPT or an AI tool to see what we can generate. So just give you a few ideas. Just wait a couple more moments for everyone to join. We are streaming on YouTube as well. So this will be available to everybody to watch afterwards as well. So if you want to come back to it while you create your vision boards for 2026. And although everyone does this at the beginning of the year, it's not necessary you do it at the beginning of the year. You can create a vision board towards the middle of the year, at any point, simply because your goals may have changed. So don't wait for a whole year to go past. Try and create that as and when you need it. I've done that many times before. So don't wait till the 1st of January to think, oh, that's the trend and this is what I must do because it's a new year. You can do it in the middle of the year. You can do it quarterly because you may have achieved some of your goals. So then you don't want them on there. You can remove them and add your next goal. So let's begin because, like I said, we are streaming to YouTube as well. I just want to say welcome so much for joining me today. And I wanted to just say that we're not making a piece of art today, because vision board is nice to see. You've got lovely pictures there. But what we're trying to do is shift our identity. So we act as a different person. We act from the identity of who we are becoming. So a lot of us, and I've done this in the past, you've created vision boards and they haven't worked. Okay, so you've got together at the end of a year or beginning of a year, you've gone into Pinterest and found nice pictures of houses, cars, handbags, whatever it is, and you've said, oh, I want this and it's going to happen, and it doesn't happen. So who here has done that before? Do you want to put your hands up or put in the comments? Just let me know who's done that before, because I know I have. And I didn't realize where I was going wrong. And not everything will materialize. But if we work through it the way I'm going to teach you today, the likelihood is the things will materialize. So I'm going to go through it step by step, okay? And I'm going to, before we move on, I don't know how much reading you guys do, but Bob Proctor, he has said in one of his books, you don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. Hence, we're going back to that identity shift. Yep. And Rhonda Byrne, in her book, The Secret, she has said, your life is the result of the thoughts you have been thinking. Okay. This goes really deep. Your life is the result of the thoughts you have been thinking, which means if you're spending your time feeling anxious, feeling, I can't do this, not believing in yourself, and then you've got a pretty vision board with a Bentley and a Porsche and a yacht and a mansion, it's not going to happen, is it? Because the two are not in alignment. And most people react to create a life rather than actually create it consciously. So they're looking at the final result, whereas not who they're going to be. Okay. And another thing is your nervous system. Now, again, if you put out a Bentley and a yacht and all those big expensive luxury things, when you're not sat at that level, your nervous system is not going to feel safe. And your nervous system, even though your mind is thinking at a conscious level, I want this, but deep down, you've got this feeling, this sinking feeling in your heart saying, I'm not worth it. Yep. And if you've got that feeling, your body and your mind are not in alignment. And when things are not in alignment, it's not going to materialize. Things are not going to move forward the way you want. So always think, you've always got to be looking at what your nervous system is feeling. Are you feeling that worth it? Because otherwise those things are not going to materialize. And just another quote that I've got here, James Clear from Atomic Habits. And that's a wonderful book. If anyone's not read it, please do, put it on your reading list. He said, you don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. And you fall to the level of your systems is your habits that you create. And like I said, your nervous system. If your nervous system, your body is thinking, I don't deserve this, I can't get this, you're not going to get there. So these things are really, really important because your nervous system is going to then think it's not safe. And if it's not safe, your subconscious mind is going to reject it. So let me give you an example here. Okay. And I'm just going to take money as an example. If you live in a scarcity mindset, okay, because as children, we've all been brought up, or most of us have been brought up with, you can't afford this. Money doesn't grow on trees. They've got too much money. They're evil. Yep. So you're brought up with those sort of things. And your parents don't mean to say it, but they're conditioned as well. And what happens is you're going after this money saying, I want abundance. I want this. I want that. But at the back of your head, in your subconscious is thinking, but money's evil. Money doesn't grow on trees. So the two don't align. And therefore, instead of feeling rich and feeling abundant, you're feeling scarcity, you're feeling lack. And as a result, your body goes into this reaction of anxiety, stress, because your goals, you can't see them materializing because the gap is so far. Your belief systems don't align with what you actually want. So it's really, really important that we have the alignment in place. Otherwise, things are not going to happen. And that is partly why things don't materialize. We've all been there. We've created vision boards and it hasn't happened. So today, what I want to do, rather than calling it a vision board, I want to call it a life design board. Okay. It's not just going to have your goals and what you want to achieve. We're going to try and shift our identity of who we are. Okay. And that's why I've asked you to bring some pictures of yourself and an AI tool, because when you put your pictures into AI and create an image, say you wanted to go traveling on the beach, you can literally prompt. I've tried this out and I can, in ChatGPT, it lets you do about 4 images before it asks you to pay. So you can have a play around. And if you want to upgrade, I think it's £20 for the month. It's worthwhile doing. Okay. So all you need to do is you can take a picture of you as you are and upload the image into ChatGPT. And you can say to ChatGPT, can you show me a picture of me in say Bali, on the beach, on a hammock, enjoying the sunset. And you can even go as descriptive as, I'm wearing a yellow dress, you've got the beautiful sunset, you've got the beach, you've got birds in the sky, you've got palm trees, the type of scene that you want to see yourself in. And also, when you do put this in, and I will cover this later on, is you need to put the emotion. Because when you're on holiday, you will be happy, you will be sun-kissed, you will be, toned, good, good body. So add those things, add those emotive words in there and see what it generates. Okay, so that's where the AI comes in. And sometimes what you may also want to do is pick up a picture from Pinterest and say, I want something, add that into ChatGPT and say, I want the background to be like this. And can you add me to this setting? Okay, so that's where your AI comes in. Use those prompts in each area of your life. So I'll go through that with you as well. It's the different areas of your life that you're going to then focus on. And I just want to go back to the neuroscience part, okay? Because in our brain, we've got the reticular activating system, and that's what we call the brain's filter that decides what's important. So vision boards, they activate the RAS. Now, let me tell you what the RAS is. So it's like, say you're buying a red car, or I know Maria likes yellow cars. So let's go with yellow cars. Okay. And you're going to buy a yellow car. And all of a sudden, yellow is not a popular color when it comes to cars. Red cars you see more of. But if you say yellow car, guaranteed you're going to see yellow cars everywhere because you've programmed that into your brain. And let's do it as an experiment. Okay, we're going to go out and look for yellow cars tomorrow. All right, so tomorrow when you go out and about, let's see how many yellow cars you find, because now I've sort of plugged it into you. Okay, but the RAS, let me just tell you one thing. The RAS will only work if your nervous system is safe. Because if you think yellow cars, nah, it's not going to happen. I'm not worth it. I'm not worth that yellow car. You're not going to see that yellow car. But you've got no feelings against having a yellow car, have you? So you will see it. But now if I were to tell you, I want £1 million tomorrow, you've got it in your brain, but are you going to see it? Probably not. Because your nervous system is not safe. Your nervous system, your body deep down is saying, nah, it's not possible. Okay, so that's why it's really, really important. And I just want to come to a couple of quotes because I think quotes are really powerful. Joe Dispenza, in one of his books, says the brain is the record of the past and it can be the blueprint of the future. Okay, so that again is just a reminder about our nervous system being in check. Okay, the brain is a record of the past and can be a blueprint for the future. And Neville Goddard, I mean, I've read quite a lot of manifestation books and alignment and all of that. So Neville Goddard, he has said in his work that if you assume the feeling of that wish fulfilled, for example, the yellow car, that you've already got that yellow car and it was your dream and it's everything that you've ever wanted, that thing will come to you. That thing will come to you, okay? Because you've had that feeling within you. You've believed it for you to have that emotion. Yeah? So your brain doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's not real. Okay? The brain doesn't know what's imagined and what's not imagined. So when we put our images into AI and you put your face as your future self, your brain and your nervous system is going to think, oh, that's familiar. I've seen that before. And the likelihood is going to materialize quicker than it would have done otherwise with just a generic photo. Because, like I said, your brain will become familiar. Your nervous system is then calmer. It believes it. That resistance drops and it speeds up your manifestation, sometimes tenfold. Okay, so I've got a little diagram here, which I'm just gonna, don't know whether you can see it or not. Bear with me. No, you're not gonna see it. You've got the identity there. You've got the thoughts, you've got the emotions, you've got the actions, you've got the results. Now, most of the time, we start at the results. We say, when I get my car, then I'm going to feel good. Then I can go out with my friends. Then I can go out shopping. And that'll be the new me. What we're going to start with is the new you. We're going to start with the feeling. Okay, we're going to start with the identity and we're going to get the results. Okay, so that's why you need to start mapping out your journey as to who do you need to become to receive your desires. Because to manifest love, you want your specific partner, you're going to have to become love. If you want wealthy abundance, you're going to have to feel that abundance within your heart. Yep. You can't be creating something new with the thoughts and the feelings of the past. Especially if you're living in scarcity, you're living in lack, you're living in anxiety, you're living in anger, you're living in, I'm not worthy. If you keep thinking those same thoughts, what are you going to attract? The same. You're going to attract the same. So we're going to work from our identity. Okay. And this is where our affirmations come in. Yep. You have to think about what your future self, that version of you in December 2026, what are they going to feel? Because once you've got those things that you want in your life this year, what is that new person going to feel? How are they going to show up? How, if you're saying you want a new career, you want a new job, how are you going to show up in that new job? Are you going to show up as, oh, I can't do this. This is not me. Or are you going to show up, oh, yeah, bring it on. I'll do it. Or, confident. And again, I'm just going to come back around to money. If you think money comes to me easily, you're going to have to believe that. And you're going to have to embody that within yourself. Okay. And even opportunities. If you're running a business, say, you're going to have to think, oh, opportunities come to me all the time. Customers come to me all the time. You can't be sitting there saying, there's no customers. I was in weddings and events, and all that for the few years that I did it, I used to think there's no weddings in the winter. All the weddings happen in the summer. Oh boy, was I wrong. Because there were weddings, there were events in the winter. We have Christmas here in the UK. And hotels are always, restaurants and hotels, they're looking for winter decor. And that was a limitation, which therefore meant I didn't get the clients. But the year that I shifted that, I did have clients in the winter. I did have Christmas tree installations. It may not have been weddings, but it was still money and it was still opportunities. So we limit ourselves through what we say and what we believe. And in effect, we are then sabotaging ourselves. So we've got to be really, really careful. And I'm going to move on to part 3 of our life design, our vision board, because I've made this mistake before. I've put everything big, everything that's not achievable. And again, it comes down to your nervous system not feeling safe. So be realistic. There's no point saying you're going to have 10 million pounds by the end of next year, when at the moment you're only at 10,000 pounds. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. 80% of your vision board has to be a very realistic target. It has to stretch you. I'm not saying, it's going to be everything that you've got in the bank and you can, go and get. No, you have to stretch yourself, but don't stretch yourself so much that you feel unsafe. So I would say 80% of your images that you're creating will have to be achievable in the next year, a realistic target. And then 20% can be very stretched out. Say we're in 2026, 2030. So if you've got a £100,000 business now, by 2030, you want to be at a couple of million. That's doable. That's doable because you're giving yourself that time to work on yourself, to work on your business, to let things materialize. Okay. And I hope that makes sense up until now. Yeah, because managing your body is really, and your mind is really, really important. If that's not managed well, things are not going to happen. And the next thing I'm going to show up here for you is we're going to focus on 4 areas of our life. Okay, so we're going to focus on our health, our relationships, our career, and our finances. Okay, because that's really important. So I'm going to just hold this up. Okay, you're going to split it into 4. Okay, if you can't put this on a cork board or somewhere where it's visible, the idea is to have this visible. But if you can't have it visible, sometimes I get you don't want to share things with your partner or with other family members. You may want to create a vision book. They work just as well. And I will show you what you need to do on a daily basis. So in your notebook, you might want to split your page up into 4, like I did on this sheet of paper. And I'll tell you what you need to write under each section. Okay. You write health, relationships, career and money, career and finances. In the middle, I want you to write, I am worthy. Okay. Because again, you need to balance and you need to work on your nervous system. And worthiness is an emotional wound we all have. It's still something that I'm working through because as a child, you are told, you're not going to get this next time. And then with that, we perceive that as the meaning of, well, I'm not worth it. That's why I'm not getting it. When actually you are worth it. You always have been. Okay, so you've got to recondition yourself. And that's where you're not only going to stick your pictures in relation to these 4 quadrants that we're creating, but you're also going to put in words and affirmations. Okay, so I'm going to come up with a few here. Under health, what do you want to feel? Like I've put healthy, I've put energetic, and I've put resilient. Because if you've got the resilience, you can then go back and do those workouts even when your body is aching. Yeah. And think that these are only very limited words that I'm going to be giving you today. You're really going to need to take a day out to get that clarity of where you want to go. Then under relationships, feelings of love, feelings of joy, feelings of being respected, feelings of being valued, trust, happy, connected. Relationships aren't just with your partner. You've got family, you've got work family, you've got friends, you've got communities, you've got social relationships, people with you're connecting with on social media. These are all relationships. Don't narrow it down, because we want to live a very abundant life. So connections, relationships, they're everywhere. Don't just limit it to your household. Okay? We've got career and purpose. What do you want to feel? I've got here confident, successful, articulate. You might want to feel in control. You might want to feel like a leader. You want to be in control of your learning. And again, opportunities. You want to see those opportunities. You feel like those opportunities are just going to flow to you. Yeah. And then finances. I mean, there's loads of words for finances, for money, for abundance. And some of them I've got: prosperity, rich, abundance, security, freedom, luxury, wealthy, millionaire, saving, and investing. And the final one I'm going to give to you, just in case these don't resonate with you in terms of your nervous system, is enough. Because sometimes all you need is enough. Because enough, then at least you're not thinking, I haven't got it. Yeah. You want to come out of that scarcity mindset. And sometimes thinking rich and abundant, your body just not going to feel that. So sometimes having enough is enough to move you from being scarcity and lacking to I'm okay. And you're feeling safe. So that's why I put the word enough in there, because a lot of us don't think like that. So along with those emotive words, those emotion words, I want you to put your pictures that you've created from your AI generated images in all 4 areas. Okay. And relationships can also mean even career. If you want to go traveling, say you're in the events industry and you know you want to go and do a wedding abroad, by all means put a picture of a wedding abroad. If you're you've getting married next year and you want to get married abroad, put that destination in there. Health, you might be wanting to go on holiday and do yoga on the beach or have a retreat, put that in there. And again with finances, make it look like it's achievable. Don't go overboard, because your body is not going to believe what you've put down. So those are some of the things that I've pointed out to you. And the next thing, like I said, you're going to get an A1 sized or A0 sized poster, and you're going to print out all these pictures. You're going to pin them up there. You're going to put them up on the wall if you can. If not, get yourself a nice little scrapbook, cut them out and create little sections. So sections for your health, sections for your relationships, for your finances, career, and that's how you're going to prepare your vision board. Okay. And then the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to build our affirmations around this. Now, affirmations, again, it is a process where we use the words we say, because a lot of the time our mind is saying, I can't do that. I can't believe that. It's not going to happen. Where affirmations help us to consciously shift the negative mindset to a more positive mindset. So the way I teach people how to create affirmations, firstly, we've worked on all 4 areas of our life. So you would need your affirmations for all 4 areas of life. Okay. Secondly, you want to be grateful. Again, it's all about your nervous system feeling safe. You want to be grateful for the things that you already have. So be grateful for your parents, be grateful for your children, your partner, your friends, your family. Be grateful for the job that you have, the opportunities that you currently have. Be grateful for the money, for the roof over your head, for the fact that you turn on that electricity switch and the light just appears. Don't complain about your bills. Don't complain about your water bills. We all do it. I've been there. I've done it in the past and said, oh my God, it's the first of the month. The direct debits are all going to go out. We've all done it. But be grateful. Okay. That's for all 4 areas. Again, be grateful for what you have. And then the next affirmation type you're going to put in there is what actions you're taking to achieve the goals that you want to achieve. What actions are you going to take? Because I don't want you to think that you're going to create a vision board and you're going to look at it every day and it's just going to happen magically. Things don't happen that way. So you're going to need to take that action. Yep. You want that job opportunity. You want to get married. Whatever it is that you want to do, you're going to need to take the action. Okay. And that will give you the clarity on what actions you're going to need to take. Okay, because you're going to have to do something different than what you're currently doing to get the results that you want to get. And the final affirmation is your goal achieved. I've done it. I've got it. Okay. And the other, so it's a 4-3-4 method. That's your sandwich effect. You put your gratitude, then you put your actions in the middle, and then you've achieved your goal. And the 4 rules, the other 4 rules are, you're going to speak in the present tense because your brain doesn't understand the future and the past. It only works in the present. And you're going to use positive words. So rather than saying, I'm going to be debt-free, I'm going to make more money. Because if you make more money, you can pay off those debts. If you're saying, I'm going to be debt-free, your brain, your subconscious brain is going to look for debt. And by the end of 2026, you could end up with a credit card bill of 10 grand. Okay, so you want to be looking at the positives, not the negatives. And finally, what you want to do is you want to visualize, you want to meditate on it, and you want to speak your affirmations out with conviction on a daily basis. This needs to become your lifestyle, not something that you do one day, 2 days, and then you leave it for the rest of the month. No, it needs to become your lifestyle. Okay, so to normalize your nervous system, you need to be looking at this on a daily basis. And what I would suggest that you do is you look at it in the morning, very first thing. So the way our brain works, very first thing, just when you wake up, And just before you go to bed, your subconscious brain is in that middle level. And at that, it's at a brainwave state, we call it theta, where your subconscious is open. It will absorb the things that you're saying. You're not fully conscious. It's when your eyes are half open, like, do I get up now? Or 5 minutes more. Use that 5 minutes more to think what it is that you're wanting. What is it that you're working towards? Okay. And at that point, when you're thinking of your vision board, what you want in your life, think about the fact that you're becoming that new version of yourself, because that will make you feel safe. And it's really, really important that whatever we've put those emotion words on our board, okay, you're going to need to feel one of those emotions in each or 4 areas for at least 30 seconds. So the way to feel that emotion is we go back to our affirmations. What do we already have in our life? Because sometimes it's hard to feel grateful for something that you don't have. So think of an emotion. You only want the emotion. It doesn't matter what you think of. You just want the emotion. Think of the fact that you've got up and you're so grateful because you've got toilet paper in the bathroom and you can go and wipe yourself. Yeah. Or think of the fact that you've got a nice, cozy bed to sleep on at night, and just feel that gratitude in your heart. Because that is the feeling that the universe can hear. The universe can't hear words. The universe works through feelings, through vibration. Okay? So you've got to be aligned. Your vision needs to be aligned. Your feelings need to be aligned. Your energy needs to be aligned. All right? So it's really, really important. Do this when you wake up first thing in the morning, and then at just before you go to bed. And also what you might want to do is, what action can I take? Because that's your action oriented goal. So if you're affirming what action you're looking to take, if it's reaching out to 10 people because you're running a business, or if it's the fact that you want to make new friends or you want to go dating, you've got to register yourself on a dating app. It's not going to happen automatically. So what is that one action that you're going to need to take today? And it can be baby steps, something that feels safe, something that feels secure. Because if it doesn't feel safe, you're not going to take that action. And if you don't take that action, that thing is not much going to materialize. Really, really important. And you might want to do a weekly check-in or a daily check-in to say, what did I do this week? What action did I take? What opportunities turned up for me? And how did I feel? Because if you're not feeling right, again, it's not going to happen. If you don't feel worthy, you don't feel respected, you don't feel the love. You might be in a relationship and you want love, but if you're not feeling that love from your partner's emotionally distant, you're not going to feel the love. What actions are you going to take? It's all this is a build up to it. Okay. And the biggest thing before you even get started, and I normally take a couple of days, my vision board is not even ready for this year. It's partly ready, but I haven't got the full clarity that I want. I know I want growth, and I know what I want in each of the areas. However, I need that clarity. I need to be very, very specific, because if you're not specific, you're not going to get it. It's not going to happen. You're not going to manifest. And like I said, clarity, feeling, and action. 3 things that you need to make sure that you do. Yeah. And I just want to reiterate at this point, progress doesn't mean external results. Sometimes progress means you've had that internal shift, or you've become aware, you've awakened to an issue that you weren't aware of before. That is progress. Because if you weren't aware of something that you guys have all turned up today, and I'm sure there's probably something that you've learned or something that you weren't aware of, this is progress. Yeah, would you all agree? So don't beat yourself up if something doesn't materialize, because you're just not vibrating at the frequency of your desires. And that does take time. What is inside of you is what shows up outside in the outside world. Okay? And you've got to learn to program the inside of you to manifest what is outside. And that's my last bit of today's session that we're going to go through. Because a lot of the time, and I've spoken about the nervous system feeling unsafe, your body feeling unsafe to receive. And that is resistance. That is resistance. I'm not worth it. I can't do it. Nobody loves me. It's our programming from when we were children, or certain events, or what we've been told by our parents, caregivers, by society, by social media. So how do we get rid of resistance? Okay, I'm going to give you a couple of methods. And this is one that I use. Your feelings. Now, water, if you Google Dr. Masaru Emoto, Japanese scientist, he did an experiment on water. He crystallized water, and on some of the test tubes, he put love, nice words, peace, calm. And those crystals were beautiful and clear. The others, where he put hate, evil, horrible words, those crystals were ugly when they were looked at under a microscope. So water holds energy, and our bodies are made up of 70% water. Okay? So imagine yourself speaking to yourself every day, I'm not worth it. You stupid woman. This is not good enough. You're not good enough. What are you programming the water in your body to be? Horrible crystals, ugly crystals. So what we want to do is we want to program the water that we drink with all the nice words, just like I've done here. Energetic, growth, love, worthy, successful. These are my words. I normally leave this on my water bottle. It sits on my bedside with water in it. All night, it will absorb that water, that energy of those words. I will use that to drink first thing in the morning when I wake up. Okay? It will absorb that. Go and have a look at the experiment by Dr. Masaru Emoto, Japanese scientist. If you don't know the name, just type in Japanese water experiment and it will come up. Okay, that's one technique. Use the energy of the water to help you manifest. Secondly, I've got this, and I've picked this up from Rhonda Byrne's book, The Secret. Now, on my YouTube channel, last year I did the magic. So every morning we would join together and we would go through each chapter day by day. We would write our gratitude, and at the end of each day, and I still have this, it's my little angel, my little rock. And my sister gave me this, but I hold it just before I go to bed to anchor in the feeling of the gratitude. So you're looking for the best thing that's happened during the day. And while you're looking for that best thing, you're going to think of other good things that have happened during the day Yes, because you're looking for the best thing. And when you're feeling that, you've actually gone to bed with that feeling of gratitude and that feeling of saying, actually, it wasn't too bad a day after all, even though it might have been a really crappy day. But because you've, like your RAS is always looking for good things, you're programming your RAS, your reticular activating system, to look out for the good things. And that's what we're going to do. All right. And again, you can carry this throughout the day if you want, because you just want something to remind you that when I hold this, I want to feel grateful. Okay. Another one is EFT. Now, I don't know if anyone knows how to do EFT. EFT is a tapping technique, and we use it with affirmations to tap out any resistance. So it's a very easy technique to use. I do have a video on it on my YouTube channel. Don't think we'll have the time to go through it today, but I can share the links with everyone in a follow-up email. And again, I would follow the EFT. So if you're feeling not worthy, if you're feeling not rich, if you're feeling angry, if you're feeling anxious, you're going to tap that feeling out of you. Oh, and you could do it the other way as well. If you want to feel rich, I feel rich. I feel magnetic. Money flows to me easily. I get opportunities every day. I use my money to go on holidays. I'm booking my holiday tomorrow. You can program that in. Okay. Now, it's really important to stay consistent with this. That means daily practice. And daily practice with me, I have the daily alignment accelerator, which I conduct every night, Monday to Friday. It's live, where we do our affirmations. We shake off any negative energy from the day. We do gratitude. We do subconscious programming. We do visualization and breath work, all in the space of half an hour. It's a tight schedule, but we manage to get it all in. And I know that the people who join in the Alignment Accelerator leave with such good, vibrant energy. And they've visualized their goals, they've visualized their affirmations, they've spoken to the universe and told the universe what they want to manifest. And it is such a beautiful group that we have. So if you want to join, again, I'll send a link in a follow-up email. So you've all got that. And like I said, that's Monday to Friday, that's live. The first 30 days is free so that you get the opportunity to experience it. You know what it's like. And you can be part of a community where we all work together. It's guided by myself. And we all come in and we do this together. So that brings me to a close. And if you want to work with me, I have launched my life coaching. So 3 months of coaching with me. You're more than welcome to reach out, where we work on your goals. We work on your resistance. We work on things to help you on a daily, day-to-day practice. So not only will you get access to the accelerator, you'll have weekly calls with me, 1-hour calls, to make sure that you're taking the actions, and more importantly, that you're feeling what you should be feeling. You're going to be constantly vibrating at those emotions that you want to put out there. And it's so easy to fall back, but you'll have me to keep you accountable. Okay, so think of what your goals are. And if you need help with accountability, do reach out and we can have a clarity call. We can have a breakthrough call. We can see what your goals are together and we can move that forward. And I just want to finish off here by saying that the universe doesn't create magic. The universe follows patterns. And in this instance, you are the pattern. Okay, So if you want your pattern to change, you've got to put that work in. You've got to break the habit of being yourself. You need to create those new routines for the new outcomes. Otherwise, you're not going to get what you've got. You're going to get what you've got the last year, the year before that. You won't, if you don't change your habits, you won't change your systems, you're not going to change your life. You won't be able to manifest. So, really, I want you to commit. You've all turned up here, you've all stayed that hour. And thank you for everyone who's watching on YouTube as well. As I've said, that video is going to stay there. Please do watch it. Please do go back, listen to what I've said, because when you listen to it again and again, it will make sense, especially the quotes from the different authors that I've mentioned. They're all manifestation coaches, and all these methods will help you. And like I said, you're more than welcome to join me in the Alignment Accelerator. I hold it every weekday, Monday to Friday, 9 p.m. to 9:30. Keeps you nice and relaxed. You can go and make a nice cup of tea and a hot chocolate afterwards, and then you're ready for bed. Okay, and you've done the work for the day. And before we finish, I just want to take any questions, any feedback, anything that you're working on. So if I ask you to unmute yourselves one by one, I'm going to start with Maria. Sorry to pick on you, Maria, but you're at the top of my screen.
I knew it'd be me.
What is one give me one thing that you've learned today that you didn't know before?
I think with what you were talking about, the ChatGPT, that you can use that tool to put the pictures on. I've never heard of that before, where you'll have probably different versions of yourself, probably options that you never thought of before. I think that's very exciting, and I think that would accelerate it even quicker, because the way I used to do it was get a magazine and cut out pictures, and no
Yep.
pictures of myself. So the car that I wanted, as you said, the yellow car, I did manifest it, and it did come, and it brought
There
me
you go.
enormous joy.
Yeah.
It came within 24 hours. I ordered it within 24 hours.
Oh, there you go then. Fantastic.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It
So
does
try
work.
this. Try this.
Mm-hmm.
All I
Okay.
did was take a picture on my phone and uploaded
Mm-hmm.
it into ChatGPT and said,
Mm-hmm.
can you put me in these clothes and in this setting? And I want to look like I'm feeling this emotion.
Ah, I've just thought of something. My wedding abroad, I thought of it 10 years ago. It was on my vision board. It was there.
There you go.
Yeah.
There
It's
you
two
go.
different dresses. Yeah,
Well done.
it does
Well
work.
done.
Mm.
So think about your identity as well and what
Okay.
identity you're going to take on board and
Mm-hmm.
how you're going to keep yourself accountable for being living in the new feeling, living in that new identity, showing up as confident, showing up as successful, showing up as love, showing up as rich. Because
Okay.
we all want success in all areas of our lives, don't we?
Oh, yeah.
So, and worthy, respected, whatever words they are, whatever it is that you want to feel.
Okay.
You've got to practice those feelings every day. Otherwise, you go back to the old feelings. I haven't got enough. Payday. I'm waiting for payday. You should never be waiting for payday.
I'm not.
Because if you're saying I'm waiting for payday, you're living in lack.
I know.
You're
Yeah,
living in
no.
lack. So, but well done. Well done. Who wants to go
Thanks.
next? So I have Bhumika's. I can see Bhumika on here. Bhumika, thank you, Maria.
Good evening.
Hi.
Uh, can we create a digital vision board also for our
Yeah,
mobile or desktop wallpaper?
I've actually, and I'll show you my vision board on my phone.
Right.
That's
I will
last
do it.
year's. It's doable. You can do that. Was done in Canva.
Yes.
That was done in Canva. And I think I used the settings for an Instagram story. And
Okay.
because that fits on the screen quite nicely.
Yeah.
So
I was
again,
doing.
you can do that on your phone. And that's a perfect place because you're going to look at your phone, so it will remind you. But I also want to say it's about bringing that feeling. There's no point looking at it and not having the feeling.
True.
Yeah, perfect.
Thank you.
Lovely. That's okay. What's your new identity for 2026?
What is my new identity? I'm going to launch my business fully.
Good. And you need to
I
think
will
of your
update you soon.
emotions. You need to think of your emotions, what you want to feel.
Successful,
Yeah. So you need to show up
grateful.
as, yeah, you need to show
Yeah,
up as successful, as
yeah,
connected.
true.
Fantastic. Well done.
Thank you.
You're going to be successful this year. I know you are. Who wants to go next? I've got Abby on the call. I've got, is it Eva, and Geraldine. I know you're not showing your faces, but do you anyone want to come on board? Yes.
Yes, we're all on board now.
We've all spoken. Go on, I'll take it, leave it with you. Come on, Abby. Shall we go with Abby first?
Okay, thank you. This is my first session with you. It's been very interesting. I think what I take from this is, like Maria, I didn't know you could actually create an image using ChatGPT. So yes, that's one thing I gained from here. The second thing is the daily affirmation bit, which I will put into practice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It needs to be daily. It needs to be daily
Mhm.
because otherwise you're not going to feel those emotions. You're going to go back to the old emotions. And what's your identity, Abby? I think you've just muted yourself, knowingly or unknowingly.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. What's your new identity that you're going to take on from today?
My
Who
new
are you going to
identity.
become?
Well, actually, I haven't thought much of that yet. I
Okay.
haven't thought much of that. Yeah,
No
but
worries. That's fine.
yeah.
Take that time. Take that time to
Mm-hmm.
get clear on what your goals are and where you want to be.
Okay.
Okay. And by all means, do come into the alignment accelerator every night.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry attends every night, and Jerry will tell you how she feels at the end of the evening. So thank you very much. Who's going next?
I'm happy to go next. I found it really good, actually, very positive, and I learned a lot during the meeting. Yeah, and I didn't realise you could do, because as you say, putting your head on a picture makes it more realistic. Or with ChatGPT, it actually feels like I'm looking back, not just looking back at the dream. And for me, it's just getting more healthy and just kind of finding myself again, I think. So that's what I'm working on. So just to be happy and relaxed and not let things overwhelm. And that has helped with the affirmations that we do in the evening, all the little things we do. It just keeps you grounded. So this is just like another thing to sort of get that realization.
Yeah. And that visualization, when we do our affirmations and when I guide you through the visualization journey, when you have the pictures and you're looking at the vision board every day, it will give you that clarity.
Yeah.
Even more so because you've then got the picture of you in a particular setting. And when I say to you, manifest, you are then going to think of that image or you doing that particular thing. And you're going to then feel that feeling, which is going to help you manifest faster. It's going to help you to take the actions that you need to take. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. And I've actually joined the gym now, so I'm going tonight for a mindfulness session. So
Well
yeah,
done.
and I feel like this is something that I need to invest in myself.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I'm looking forward to it.
Excellent. Well done, Jerry.
Thank you.
Well done. Can we move on to, is it Eva? I do apologize if I've got your name wrong.
Yeah, it's Eva.
Eva.
Thank you. Yeah, I like this. This idea is good for ChatGPT. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. And now, then, when I was listening, I was actually doing a little bit like a vision board on my, just copying from website, some different websites, just in a
Yep.
Word document, just to get started something, to get some, idea how to, to keep moving, to get some momentum. And
Yep.
yeah, I would like to join you for this challenge that you talked about. Where is the link? Where can I find it?
I was going to send a follow-up email and I'll put the link in there.
Okay, great.
Okay. So I'll
Yeah.
do that shortly after we finish. And I'll put it at the bottom of the YouTube video as well. I'll put it in the comments. So if anyone does watch the video and they want to come and join, they're more than welcome to do so.
Okay, yeah, that's really great. And this, like, just with the water and so on. I mean, I heard about this before, but it's just good, like a bit like, kind of motivation to like just think, oh yeah, I could actually do that. Like, it's not like a big effort to do that. It just requires a little bit just to remember.
It's
Yeah.
nothing, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
nothing. Once you've written it there,
Yes.
it's there, isn't it?
Yes, it's so simple, and I don't know why I didn't do it, probably, yeah, because I just wasn't reminded or something, yeah. So.
That's okay. That's okay. Sometimes there are people who do this and they say you've got to think of that feeling before you drink it. But how many of us are actually conscious when we drink? I know I'm
Yeah.
not always conscious. This way, you've written it there, the water's going to absorb it because that's what the experiments have told us. So the likelihood, I mean, obviously, and the fact is, if it's written there, you're going to look at what's written. And you could just say respect. I'm going to say, okay, I can feel respect. And you can then drink it. At least it makes you a little bit more mindful.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, it was
That's
really good
okay.
session. Thank you.
No worries. No worries. That's brilliant. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate you. And like I said, it is available on YouTube. It will be available to rewatch. And if you want to share it with 3 people who may benefit from this, by all means, share it across. The more people that see it, the more lives we can change, the more lives we can impact, and the more people can grow and be able to achieve their goals. So just want, again, thank you everyone for joining today. Really appreciate you, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve you. And I will see you in the next workshop that I do very soon. I will let you know. I'll keep you posted. But have a lovely evening. And those of you who are joining me at 9 o'clock, I will see you there. Take care, guys. Much love.